verbs and vocabulary words, and I teach that through pictures and not translation, so it's more effective that way. But as you get older, it's more difficult to memorize things, and so we focus on living the language.
El pato, la abeja, el pájaro, el perro.
I use kinesthetic materials, which means that you're doing.
El pulmón, el corazón, intestino.
We work those modalities into the lessons, visual, oral, kinesthetic. Especially in the area that we live in California and Silicon Valley, there's a need to be able to speak Spanish. If you're a bank manager, you need to be able to open accounts with Spanish speakers. If you're a nurse, you may want to be able to ask a patient if they're comfortable. Attorneys want to be able to offer their clients rights, options, and maybe even just set up appointments, and don't want to have to call an interpreter every time. I also offer English for professionals. We have curriculum available for wait staff, cooks, gardeners, and can develop a curriculum to meet our clients' needs as well. When you communicate with English speakers that speak English as a second language, you don't focus in on their mistakes and their errors. You're just listening to their message. And it's the same when you're speaking Spanish with somebody. They're just listening for your message. So I can get you communicating in a very short amount of time. But if you want to start working towards fluency and develop deeper conversations, it could take maybe a year to get to that point. Like I said, we're not looking at perfection. We're looking at just being able to do your job and be able to communicate with a Spanish speaker. So even if it sounds like Tarzan, like you're leaps and bounds ahead of not knowing any Spanish. A lot of times people ask me if I offer interpreting services, and I do interpret, but I'm more motivated to want to teach you to communicate so that you don't have to call an interpreter. And I also will coach you and motivate you and help you get over any insecurities that you may have, because a lot of adults that come to us have had bad experiences in high school or college. Maybe they failed a class, but we're not here for grades, we're here for communication, and so anything that you do is success. And we will also go to your venue or on-site if you are interested in getting a small group together, or if you want to teach your staff at your location.